Well, the YouTube true crime website and everything else. Found this article trying to look up updates on the Summer Wells case. And in her behalf, I guess her Sunday school teacher had tried to make an attempt to help in the search. But by the time she got there, she wasn't allowed around the facility, or wasn't allowed around that area, and it was all blocked off by then. What caught my attention on this is that, bear with me. Like I was saying, what had caught my attention about this whole article is that the Sunday school teacher said that Summer was a very, how can I say it, very helpful little girl, very kind, but very clingy. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, kids intend to get, these days, I see a lot of kids, trying to hug. I mean, in ways, to me, that's kind of iffy, because sometimes when, from what I've learned through history, I mean, when kids do that, it's not a good thing, but all I can say is, who knows and what has gone on, but you can't make that judgment. I can't make that judgment. But there's some kind of sign that is showing when a kid gets real huggy on a person. And this teacher said she, always used to hug her. The kid would always come up to her, hug her, sit on her lap. And I mean, sometimes it's not a good thing, but I think in this case, probably was a good thing. And, but like I said in my other video, to make all sense to this is that, like I said, this kid is, probably got a high, ADHD. Always got to be doing something. Always got to be, on the go. And that's what I was saying about her. And in my other videos, she probably really got on the go with things. And right, someone probably, got a little frustrated with her. Now, whether or not the mother did, the boyfriend did, the father did, whichever, whatever the case may be, still is up in the air, how this case is all panning out. And, yes, I will throw up this article in my description box if someone can find it. If I forget, I mean, that's the what you look for. But I mean, the teacher says nothing but kind words about the girl. But sometimes behind closed doors, at home, things could be different. But like I say, you can't point the finger. You gotta let justice serve its, course. Law serve its course. But God forbid if this friggin' case just continues, and like say so the Delphi murders, then damn well there's something crooked there. Something wrong. And I keep saying it in all my videos. This is why people keep doing in a pattern. of what they keep doing, and that's killing kids. Because no one's held accountable for. Nobody's, you know, everything's just swept under the rug. And when they get lost like this, supposedly, oh yeah, out in the wilderness, which I don't care, man. I'm sorry, but anybody that loses a kid, you know, in any form or manner, and they're the last people last to see that kid. And I mean, we're talking about 4 or 5 years down the road, man. And there's still nothing that's come up. There's still nothing going on. And there's still not a suspect. Someone needs to be held accountable for. Because, right, if you take that responsibility as having kids, you're gonna, right, he's 5 years old, man. I know my kids. And I'll tell you a frickin' story. I think I've already told this story, but I'll tell it again because it's a good example. And my kids at the time was, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got caught up with this numbskull kid, and his father wasn't too bright. Don't get me wrong, the guy served in the military. Then again, I can't even say that. Because you know what? He could have been lying about that. Who knows? But he was whatever. He was in the way he, let his kid run about and do what he wanted. To me, was just unworthy. Not a good parent. I'm sorry. Me, man, when I usually use my gun, I'm like a friggin' drill sergeant. Is right. You know what? You let your kids get away with murder these days. Let them scream, let them whine. Let them do what they want. I mean, there's ways you can do things to your kids that you don't have to spank them. And I figured that out myself, but I don't think anybody would use my method because probably think it's insane. But when you scream at the top of your lungs like a friggin' drill sergeant, and sometimes I say things, but I don't do it. But I make sure that kid knows that I'm in charge. I'm the boss. And for that fact of the matter, I had 2 kids graduate with my method of bringing up. Sometimes you just gotta put some law down of your own. And sometimes you don't have to use physical abuse. And right, with this kid, hopping on laps and going around and, on the go and sounds like a real busy child, I don't think she would have needed any discipline, but she needed that, whoa, slow down type thing. Because you think about it, man, I'm sorry, but if you got a kid that sits on people's laps and things, and you get the wrong person that applied for the job, well, then you got to think of it that way. You just open up a door for some, whatever that person is, whatever they do, you open up that door to put your kid in grave danger. Because these days, man, it doesn't matter where you live. You could have people, just out of the blue coming to town. Or people you've known for years. All of a sudden just, what? It's only, I'm sorry, it's sad, it's sick to say, it's sad to say, but it happens. Just like Forrest Gump, it happens. And you learn some cultural things in life. And when you're bringing kids into this world, you gotta be right. And anyways, my story is that, right, I wasn't homeless, but I was living in a motel. All my money was going on a friggin' motel room. You can just imagine what it's like living in a motel. I got caught stealing because it was Thanksgiving. Yeah, I told that story. And, you know, I got caught in front of my kids, but it was Thanksgiving. I didn't have enough money. And I wanted my kids to have some, good meal. But then again, I'm sitting in the motel, and I'm looking at the place. I'm like, what the? Oh, there's got to be something better in this world. And this is my life, man. I've been trying to do, keep my kids on a safe side of life, and then this kid comes along. A little arrogant, mouthy, just, whatever. And he literally tells me, as I'm cooking in the room, because, right, I've had one of them, like, grills you cook on, little hot plates, cook hamburgers, you cook pancakes. Yeah, you cook a lot of things. I mean, we made it through the times and the troubles, but, when you got people like this coming along, it's like, you mother puss bucket. So, this kid tells me, oh man, these guys want to hitchhike to Boston. I'm like, what the Okay, kid. I'm gonna sit there and laugh it off, right? But as soon as I hit the grill, I flip the burgers, I go back out the door, not even a minute, not even 2 minutes tops. Kids are gone. I told the kids, don't you go nowhere, or I'm gonna hunt you down. And there they went. Don't know where they went. Of course, I had the Nashua River behind the hotel where I was staying. I had the Searstown Mall, Whitney Field Mall now. Big, huge Roman parking lot where they could roam. And they were gone. So I got in a friggin' car. F the burgers. Didn't give a goddamn shit. Told the wife better watch them. I gets out there. I'm driving up and down the friggin' parking lot in the roads. And finally I get over by what used to be Eastern Border in a strip mall. And I'm looking over in the parking lot, and there they are, standing by a frickin' guardrail by the highway. All three of them with their thumbs out. And I'm like, you little rat. Oh, man, I could have took my kids and put my foot so far up their butt. And I raced over there, and by the time I got into this parking lot, now, mind you, I hear sirens. Someone was had just opened up to was Starbucks. Someone was at the drive-thru waiting. They saw him, call the cops. And all of a sudden, when I get in the parking lot, there goes three little heads bolting across the parking lot. You little shit. Now, in the meantime, I'm thinking, damn, somebody could snatch them up. They could have been on the highway, long gone. But, luckily that, right. But that 1 minute, not even a frickin' minute, and they were already gone, bolted. And I mean, but if you think about the moral of the story, it was like maybe a few minutes at Summer Wells. Maybe 5, 8 minutes tops. Supposedly, that's what the mother says. She went right back in the house after she went back out. But who does that anyways? Quick gardening? If you're gardening and you're planting, or whatever they were doing, or I went in there, told her to go in, I come back out, I went back in right after that. And she says, I went right in right after that. Went right downstairs, calling her name. It's like, you sit there and you think about it. She's already gone. Like I said, there was dog there. And in the picture of the photo of the day, the police officer took the photo, I would say, and the dog sitting right there with his ears perked up. Like, who the hell are you in my yard? And don't you think that if that girl Oh man, and that's the thing too. This kid had an alert dog. This kid had, you know, supposedly 5 people in that friggin' house, and not one of them heard or seen nothing. And 2 of them were supposedly outside. The grandmother outside, she didn't see nothing, didn't hear nothing. Me, like I said, my kids told me, no, this kid told me, and my kids are laughing at me, saying, "Oh, we're going to Boston," right? In that minute, second, or whatever minute, 2 minutes that went by, I flipped them burgers. I went right back out, so it could have been even less than a minute. They were gone. I was already on them like a hound dog. And these kids, man, you can't take it as a joke. Because when kids at this age get their mind set on something, say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. And this little girl saying she's going to go downstairs and play, it's like, all right, but who's stalking her? Who followed her home? Why was the door not open? I don't even think it was open. Oh no, the father said it was unlocked. All right, if that kid gets pounded in the head to say, "Don't touch that door, don't unlock it," that kid's gonna get scared. And if you say things, someone gonna snatch you up. And I used to do that to my kids. You know what? I don't cover coat stuff to my kids. When they were younger, I tell them about the boogeyman, tell them about this Michael Myers. I don't give a crap. And you see that, boy? I used to bring my kids to horror movies because they get to see what it's like. I show them the truth. I don't cover them up with cupcakes and rainbows, is right. You know what? Even children's cartoons with stuff like that, and you got these things snatching up trolls, right? You don't cover coat. That's why these movies are made, to not cover coat. They put it in a cheerful, playful way. But if you don't cover coat the world out there, you can't tell your kids to say, "Hey, you don't have to worry about nothing, kids." No, man, my kids got a flat blunt right in their face. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna deny it, but my kids go see Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it came out in 2005. Yeah, that's right. You want to see a movie, boy? You want to see what it's like out there when you run away? After that, my kids never ran away again. That's right. Go show them that movie. Call me sick. Call me demented. But you can't cover coat stuff out there. And they say if you show your kids that kind of stuff, you're going to turn them into a killer. Well, my kids ain't turned out to be killers. I got 2 kids that graduated, 2 kids that are on their way, and they're going to graduate because they have their drill sergeant biting on their butts. And there's not a day that goes by like last year. My son got swooped up, and if I didn't move in like a wolf pack, my wolf pack, that kid probably be dead right now. Because I showed the video. That woman robbed stores. So that's right. There's a dangerous woman that snatched up my kid. And you can't let this stuff happen. You can't let these people live any more of a day and think they can just get away with stuff. You know what I'm saying? This stuff needs to stop. This stuff needs to be known. This stuff needs a vigilante justice. And they're not doing it. And kids like this, poor Summer Wells, I think honestly, sorry, I think she's dead because of something that someone did not like. Whether she was ADHD, whether she was hyperactive and just getting people's faces at the house, or whatever the case may be. This poor girl probably had her symptoms, you know? You gotta get these symptoms checked. And, hey, there is help out there. You know, I got the help. But then again, it was more or less me that did a lot of help for my kids and kept their minds from losing their minds. Because I know what, I've lost my mind a long time ago, folks. Because in this world, you gotta be insane so you don't get snatched up and swallowed into this world that has been created by the monsters themselves. So, but you show your insanity back, you take your kids and show them the proper way to do things in life, they too can be successful. Even though my successfulness should have happened a long time ago, but 17 years of drinking, man, lost a lot, especially money-wise, to do any damn thing. So all I can do is keep hoping and doing videos and putting people in their place, mentor people, you know. Might not take my advice, but think about it. Because people like this, whoever snatched up this little girl, whoever did whatever to this little girl, look what they did. She's missing and they're still roaming the streets. Because right, to these days, it's all about, oh, I can do that and get away with it. There's no consequences to nobody. You don't throw the hammer down on nobody. Oh, well. Until that next video, folks, be safe, take care, always beware. And I hope Summer Wells is just somewhere hanging around with a Sasquatch or something. Out there in them big hills of Kentucky. Other than that, man, somebody needs to stop this. Someone really needs to stop it. Getting old with the kids missing, dying daily. Out.